Hello and welcome back to another video. This is Chelnov on the Japanese Sega Mega Drive. It was also released in American and European territories under the name Atomic Runner. And it's a really excellent game, one of my favourites on the system for sure. Very inexpensive unless you're going to buy the Japanese release of Chelnov. But well worth experience in my opinion. Whether you've got to crack it up on the EverDrive or play it via emulation, that's entirely up to you. One thing I would recommend is going into the options screen and changing the controls, because by default you have to press another button to change direction of fire, but you can set it so you have a button for each independent way. So you can fire left and right, you can also fire all around by jumping, or you can fire diagonally. You really need to have your wits about you because enemies come from both the rear and the front. So one thing I really love about this game is the soundtrack and the sheer amount of parallax scrolling. It's quite remarkable what later levels offer up on this game, it really is. It's also got some really nice end of level guardians. So as you can see, the screen continuously scrolls, it only stops scrolling on the end of level guardians. And realistically you can only move right, although you can let the screen take over if you will. So there's a variety of weapons, and as the levels progress adds more and more to the mix. There's nothing that I've experienced so far that's particularly bad. I've had this game for a number of years. It is rather difficult, but certainly worth spending some time with. So strangely enough today, completely unrelated to this game, I went and bought a new Logitech web camera, and when I plugged it in I was horrified to find it was actually worse than the one I'm using now. So I didn't pay very much money, so I was probably expecting a little bit too much. But oddly I thought this one had completely died. It was actually in a recycling bin. It was only after I'd seen how bad the new revision was that I decided to fish it out and give it one more go. And strangely enough it worked on this current software version here of the Logitech webcam software, so maybe that was the issue anyway, because my new laptop is Windows 10 and, well, a lot of people are complaining about Windows 10. I'm not really the biggest user of computer hardware, so I'm not really going to see all of the flaws that people are complaining about so much. I literally basically just use my laptop for browsing the internet. But it's still nice to make the occasional gameplay video. I have considered buying a capture card setup, but it involves quite a lot of expenditure, and I'm not so sure that at this stage I'm really into that idea. So hopefully the music's not coming across too loud, but if it is, well, it's pretty awesome music anyway. Unfortunately it is nearly 11 o'clock on a Saturday night here. I mean, in all honesty, it does the games no justice me recording them with a web camera. They just look absolutely stunning on this PVM, they really do. Really like the soundtrack on this level. Oh, let's go for the golden gun. I don't often hear this game being mentioned when people are raving about things like Contra and Mega Turrican, but I think it stands alongside those games with ease. In fact, I would probably rather play this game than either of those titles. One thing I also really like about this game is that it allows you to jump on top of enemies, whereas a lot of games that would be an instant death. You still can't collide with them in mid-air, you need to actually jump directly on top of them, but it's still nice for that to be a feature. You've also got to be on your guard with your diagonals. Quite handy that he jumped over the top of me. Oh. There we go. Head stomping motion. Oh. Love the sound effects of the voices there in this track. For a 1992 release, it really does some nice things with the hardware. I guess we're kind of running out of things to say about the game. It's pretty obvious I'm overly enamoured with it. So there's been some interesting YouTube videos of late. I think there's a few people out there not quite feeling it, the whole collecting and gaming and time management thing. It's certainly a subject that rears its ugly head all of the time on YouTube, I guess. And rightly so, I suppose. It is very difficult to fit everything in. And I do completely agree that time spent making videos is generally time spent away from being able to play games. And I don't know about everyone else in the world, but certainly for myself, time is of the essence. I have to take advantage of the gaming time when I've got it. And of course, I've got to be feeling it as well. I may well just decide to do something else. So, as far as people buying things and selling things and that kind of stuff, that's completely fair enough if you're into that. It's not really my bag, mainly because I value my time, and I'm more than happy to just have the collection I've got and appreciate it for what it is. I don't really need to, keep freshening things up and continue collecting. I'd like it if all the thousands of hours of research I've done and time I've spent on eBay looking for games and watching videos on YouTube, I kind of hope those days are coming to a close a bit. Because I must have enjoyed it, It's nice to move on and do something new, isn't it? So, I'm not saying gaming isn't still going to be a part of my life, because it always is going to be a part of my life. It always has been a part of my life for the vast majority of my years on this planet. Nearly got knocked out by that pesky wall again. So I'm a little bit concerned now the volume might be too loud. Although at this point it's too late. I enjoy playing and listening to it either way. Watch out for that big dragon. Work cut out. I'm going to have to face that with such low level weapons. Oh no, you pressed the wrong button. Oh. Nice little nod of approval there to Easter Island on this level. Oh, what am I doing? Oh no. completely losing the plot here. An epic mid-level Guardian, one must say. Oh, it's tongued me. It's tongued me down. Oh, this is bad play. I need to pull my socks up here. We've got it this time, we've got it. Dragon's not getting the best of me this time. It's been quite a while since I made a gameplay video, and I have to say, you really do realise how much extra effort it takes to talk and play a game at the same time. Nice platforming section here. I mean, you have to say the parallax on this level is just mind-blowing. Absolutely mind-blowing. So much going on. Really effective use. Oh, never stood a chance. Really want to get to the end level Guardian of this level. Oh, it's probably not going to happen. So I must apologise about all the deaths. I'm sure on a better day I'll get us through the first 4 or 5 levels without too many issues. But tonight, it's not happening. So that's Atomic Runner, Chelnov. Fantastic game. Well worth your time. So thank you for watching. Hope you upload some more videos soon.